Hey gang, welcome back to Disco Elysium, and we're fucking around in the tent
Hiya,
with
gang.
these lads.
So, how are things going?
I checked out the church.
And? What happened? Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think? Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all. He did say that.
I dunno, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I don't think he gives a damn about you or
I
anyone
guess
else.
it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise. About the dance
She did
club
not
idea.
like it.
Yeah, Oda 9. Rocking it or dropping it?
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
And you can't just evict her?
Look at you, honour man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I won't throw her out, but I'll try convincing her.
Excellent. Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Huh? I see you're here again. Offside, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help? Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment. You heard me. Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align. See? Our signs are way off. I can already tell this social relationship is gonna take a lot of work.
Okay, we're out of here. Let's just hold the tent. Okay, let's go into the church. Talk to that other lady. We may as well mess around with this quest while we're waiting for Kim.
Yes,
Hello.
what is it? I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Hey, what
What?
makes the world go round? She stares at the terminal, completely oblivious to her surroundings.
The Swallow, you mean? What about it? Great. Thanks.
Suggestion. We don't have a level up, but we can probably do something with our clothes. That's minus. Minus. Well, maybe we can't. Well, balls. Alright, let's... Oh, we can't interact with that, huh? Oh, we can interact with this, really?
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously. It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, but what's the crust made of?
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing.
Okay, what happened then?
The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then? It's too late. You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck. Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Okay, well that didn't do me any good. See, that's stuff I want to interact with when Kim is around.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Is still not what happens. Fuck this compartment. You should throw it away.
That's harsh. Well,
It's proving to be harder than expected.
wow,
You just don't
logic.
have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens of
Okay,
You don't
yeah.
exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're
Okay.
a little further from your nose now.
Interfacing our logic. Let's see what we can do with our clothes. Let's do interfacing first. I think my gloves already have interfacing, so... Okay, then logic. He has logic. Dookie. Golden ball has fallen. Nice. Good job, Thyne. Okay, that's not what I want.
It's the ledger you found in the trash.
Oh man, we
Cabbage of
can't.
papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawn
You
inside.
assholes.
It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. It's just a racist mug. The face of King Freecell smiles at you. For some reason, the smile now strikes.
Okay, we're out of here then for the moment. We can't do much. Yeah, you have some tough shit coming up. We're gonna go to sleep yet. If not, we can just read past the time, I suppose.
The bed is comforting.
Assholes. Alright then.
The edges of the pages are worn. You open the book, his arm. You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in 38. Berserker rage burns in his azure. Man from Heimdall, right? The steel muscles of man from Heimdall gleam. A passage reads, "Thine spells, I have grand plans for you." This is beyond primitive. In the
Where is
final
the pic-
pages, to find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up. You open the book, his arm. You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in 38. Berserker rage burns in man from Heimdall rides on the steel muscles of man from Heimdall.
Okay.
Gleam. A passage reads, "The man from Heimdall, look, thine spells on. I have grand plans for you." This is beyond primitive. What do you even know about literature? Have you ever read a book in your life?
You know, a thing or two about critical analysis
Write a
on art.
thesis. Man from Heimdall is done with you. You open the book, his arm. You flip to the copyright page. This book, Berserker, man from Heimdall, the steel. A passage reads, "Thine spell, I have grand." This is beyond primitive. What do you even know about literature? Have you ever read a book in your life? This is not just another book. It's man from Heimdall. You open the book, his arms. You flip to the copyright page. Berserker man from Heimdall, the steel muscles of man from Heimdall. A passage reads, "Thine spell, I have grand plans." This is beyond primitive.
Where
In the
does the
final
pic-
pages, to find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up Man from Heimdall and the three. You open the book, his arm. You flip to the copyright page. Berserk, man from Heimdall, the steel. A passage reads, "Thine spell, I have grand." This is beyond. The edges of the pages are worn.
Okay.
It's
That's
the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the
that is just helping me pass time. It's no bad thing.
The bed is comforting.
Not enough time apparently. More reading.
The The edges of the pages are the jacket copy. He is ambushed by a tribe of female. You open the book, his arm. You flip to the cop. Berserk man from here. The steel a passage read. Thine spell. I have grand this is in the final. To find out what you open the book, his arm. You flip to the copyright. Berserker rage burns. It man from Heimdall rides the steel muscles of a passage read. Thine spell. I have grand this is beyond in the final. To find out what the jacket copy. He is ambushed but you open his arm. You flipped berserk man from here. The steel a passage thine spell. I have grand this is beyond the edges of the pages.
Okay, can I go to sleep now?
The bed is comforting.
Not yet, apparently. Ready. More reading then.
The edges of the page. You open his arm. You flip to the berserker man from here. The steel a passage thine spell. I have grand this is beyond in the final. To find out the jacket copy. He is ambushed but you open his arm. You flip to the copy. Berserker man from Heimdall rides the steel a passage read thine spells. I have grand this is beyond primitive. In the final, to find out what happens, you open his arm. You flip to the copyright. The edges of the pages are.
Okay, hopefully that's enough.
The bed is comforting.
Yay, go to sleep. There we go. We'll have our boy come back now.
Is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Picture my ass.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately? Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
Okay, so I'm a
Hear
murderer,
that?
that's bad.
He doesn't even flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him. Blackwater, under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
What is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from it.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
Her face forms in summertime.
In hell, an ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it'll be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window. in the church.
I mean, whatever. You guys alright?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand.
Buddy. Come here. I had to ask you about something
Yes?
weird. Need to talk about responsibility.
I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject.
Okay, we're on the same
If
page
you ask
then.
me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side tasks and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us.
I meant like la responsibility.
Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stabilité? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for?
Soul situation.
Now I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility?
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
Simple. Because moral intern types love to form committees. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified to serve on any committee. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villedroit, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need to speak with his young companion. Now, was there anything else?
Nope. Okay, we can't do anything with them bozos, but we have a bunch of shit to be getting on with. We can talk to Q now. We can call Alice back, we should do that. Never found those. It's okay, we've some shit to be getting on with anyway, and then we can see where we are.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Yeah, this one.
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued. Yes, that is the most recent name the ACP has been able to connect to the CBP. And the one before it was Downwell. I also have one called Sediment, but I think that might be a different contractor. No, they work called Sediment. And Somatosensor, it seems. All that during the last 9 years.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Okay.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Okay.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
Oh, be out. Well, that's that done. Let's go talk to Kuno. Seeing as we're here, and actually I want to look into his shack again.
Necromancer pig? That shit was dark. Going in there like that. Oh, brutal shit. Tell me, Kuno dies. You gonna pick one out of his brain like that too? Kuno's gonna go out in a hail of bullets. Gonna look like a fucking porcupine.
Porter
Oh,
Rosa,
Kuno.
a side alley of the Boogie Street Spearhead. A young man in his early 20s approaches patrol officer Emile Mullins and asks for a cigarette. As Officer Mullins reaches in his coat pocket for the pack of Astra he just purchased this morning, the man shoots him point blank in his chest. Breathless, the patrol officer collapses in the gutter. His right hand is grabbing the armor on his chest. The bullet didn't pierce it, but he can't breathe. On the pavement, the patter of the perpetrator's feet growing distant. Bleed, pig. Someone opens a window and says, but Emile cannot see who. His sight grows dim with pain.
You know what's a good line of work for getting shot? Well, we're actually getting up there with that, and we can retry it. Let's go with this stuff. Set the thank you.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello!
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's move on.
that's what Kuno said. Don't be saying what Kuno said back to Kuno. Get the fuck out of here, Patterson Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Okay, let's try this. Fuck it.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Fuck no! What are you? Fucking
He's...
mentally handicapped?
Kuno, they've almost made you a snitch now.
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
I'll look around in here again and see did I miss something.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. But that there was an interesting find. An alternative path into the harbor that the kid uses. Well done.
Yeah, that's the way back down. So what's this over here then? Can I interact with it? Oh, that's from the other side then. This we can wiggle around a bit. I'm not really sure why I'm wandering around up here. This is the kind of shit I should have been fucking around with yesterday. Oh well. Fuck it, we out. Oh god, if I can figure out how to get back out. Alright, empathy. Check that. I've been into the whirly for a while. Need to go talk to Classy at some point. Okay, yeah, it's Classy. Right, let's go talk to her. That's really... We're kinda... I feel like we might be getting near the end. There isn't... Really kind of narrowed down on stuff to do.
Hi, Gendarme. Another rendezvous.
Hi.
Hi. So what brings you here? Oh, a committee. How interesting. And if I may ask, Gendarme, what is this committee about?
About assigning la responsibility.
God, of course it is. My friend is always trying to convince me I need a little more responsibility, as though I don't have enough going on already. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is. We don't talk about everything, you see. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course.
Okay. Do you know when he'll be back?
Not a clue. I'm not his agenda keeper, you see. I guess you will. Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Well, here's to you. Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
Okay, what was he
Just
saying?
reporting back whatever I was telling him. Sure. Anything else on your mind? You did? And how did you like him?
I don't like him as much as I like you.
Shoot. Why not?
Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, Gendarme. He can always return to his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know. Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time. Bet he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about me, Gendarme?
We can try this. Because
Could he be a member of the homosexual underground? Yes, this man is definitely one of the homos. I've seen them homos with my own eyes. Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
The homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
Yeah, I want to hear
Oh,
more.
it's a pleasure group. A Subrosa
The
pleasure
agenda.
group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
What about Thursday
Or
night?
Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life. Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Rebishul have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
Does it have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
I do like disco. Maybe I should get into it.
You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement, or forever excluded from it.
What if I can't remember whether I'm in or not?
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
I have to think about
it, officer. Absolutely wonderful.
A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours, unless you want to enter the heightened realms of the phantasm erotique afterwards. It may be 20 hours, or more, but that would be on your own time.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Okay, we got a level up. Good. Did we get a thought? We did. Oh, we're definitely learning this. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk to Classy. Oh, and I meant to level up some other stuff, but I forgot. Oops. Oh well. You'll be fine, probably.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Hello.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
Let's see. I wrote down the nickname Lelystad. We have questions that might help solve some gaps in our field autopsy. I'm sure my colleague has a few of his own while I take notes.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
Okay.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Okay.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranien Rek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits. He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
No, this is a competition, Kib.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
There is no challenge without competition. There must be an opponent.
That's too conceptual for me. I just like to get autopsies correct on the first try if possible. Where were we?
He's lying.
What color?
Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
No.
Okay.
She tries to light another cigarette. It's windy, but she gets it done.
Okay, he had it too.
That. It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orani's lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. Oh yeah.
Okay. What do they mean?
No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Semenine Islands, and on other islands too. all of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic? It very well could be, yes. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
You told me.
That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up. The lieutenant blinks. His expression does not change. All right, let's see where this is going.
Cool. A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself.
It's quite expensive, miss, but we'll manage without your help for now.
Okay.
All right.
Just line of questioning.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
Don't look
I
surprised.
knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
We'll empathize.
I am not. There is more here, miss.
You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, grey and pale violet in the morning light. The pale, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Aranye, the old world.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Fucked? People after her? Moral intern people? This isn't Orionese lit. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
Okay. Was it with this
I
fugitive
did.
stuff?
I also had a side job selling insurance that I was really good at. Got picked up by a bank. Competitive intelligence, they called it.
Okay.
After that, I sort of, transitioned out of the whole culture scene. It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lou's doing County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Laws, Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Papalolo.
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me. Sure, I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people too, not just C-suite. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
Okay, what happened?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh.
I'm sorry this happened to you. Actually, let's go with this.
Yeah. It was a real motherfucker.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Okay, what happened after you went
Sylvie was
downstairs?
tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Okay, before we continue, who's Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Ruby, eh?
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
How could we have missed that? And when was the tampering? 20 minutes after death?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Okay, then
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Where's Ruby
I
now?
don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
We'll continue with them questions in just a moment, but for now, a quick break. We'll be right back, though. We'll continue for, well, certainly another hour anyway. So, see you in a mo.